Good evening, Instagram. This is Nella the Lean Cook. I am cooking dinner, and tonight I'm making my dirty but lean burgers with chunky lean fries. So I've prepped a load of veggies and stuff already. So
there's nobody on.
So I am just going to chop some onion.
Hi, just had a couple of people join.
Yay! Hello. Thank you for joining. I am cooking my dirty but lean burger recipe with chunky lean fries. There it is in the Lean Cook app. I do still have to look at a couple of recipes just to remember how to make them. Over here, if you want to come with me, I've already got my fries cooking. I've hand cut these chips. I've just chucked them into the Active Fry with a tablespoon of oil and just set it going, and it comes out really, really lovely. They'll be lovely and crispy. This says it's got 12 minutes to go, but we'll check them and see how they're going, and we can increase the time.
Tyson says hi.
Hi, Tyson. Right, so what should we do first? Let's get some burger mix done. So this is my burger mix. This is just minced beef, nothing exciting here. I think we need these lights on, dear. Should I go and do that? You stay there. Ta-da! Okay, so we have got minced beef, nothing exciting, just ordinary minced beef from the butchers, and I'm going to add some garlic. If anybody wants to ask any questions, feel free. Chris has got a device and he can read them out. So first thing that's going in is some garlic granules. You would normally measure these, but I just do it by eye. Onion granules, if anything was to come out of here. So what we're all up to this evening, other than watching me, I'm cooking. Earlier this evening, I had a bit of excitement in my life. I spoke to Joe Wicks, which was really lovely, all but briefly. He did a Instagram live, and he said that he was adding people to the live, and the next thing I heard, he was adding me, so that was a lovely surprise.
Oh, Dad was just showing.
I think my in-laws are on. Hello, Pete and Susan. So, still seasoning the heck out of these burgers. So in case you missed it, I had a lovely little chat with Joe Wicks this evening on his Instagram live. Just had a little chat about the Lean Cook app and how it's going. Had a chat about how I'm fitting in my workouts with family life, because as you know, or maybe you don't know, I've got twin boys. My little boys are 2 and 3 in January, and they are a handful. So we just chatted about how I fit my workouts and obviously all my cooking around my family, which is lovely.
Tyson says he's cooking dinner and prepping lunches for the entire week.
Oh, well, isn't he fancy? I wish I could this evening. And what am I doing? So I've added that. Okay, so I'm just going in with my hands. Nothing too difficult so far. But this is the messy bit, which is quite nice. So that's the burger recipe that we're making tonight. It's my dirty but lean burgers with chunky lean fries. Chips don't have to be fattening at the end of the day. If you've got an oven, you can make some lovely fries. Just cut them really thinly, coat them in a little bit of oil before they go in, or if you've got an Active Fry, then use that.
Tyson's calling you a guru now.
Oh, is he? Wow. That's a word. I'm not sure I'd say guru, but I'll take that. Thanks, Tyson. Appreciate that.
You're able to call people in.
Oh, so there's a feature on Instagram Live, and
Tyson's unable to join, unfortunately.
why is that?
Don't know. Maybe he's not got his privacy settings set right.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently, like I was added into the Instagram Live by Joe earlier, I can add you and you can ask me a question. Or not, as the case may be. So if anyone's got any questions about food, about the 90-day plan, if my in-laws want to ask how the boys are, then feel free whilst I make my burger mix. Did you want to ask me a question, dear?
No.
Other than when will dinner be ready?
Tyson says be right back. My dad says try polenta chips. They're lovely.
Oh yes, my father-in-law loves polenta chips. We went. Where did we go?
Jamie's in
We went to Jamie's Italian in Cambridge, and he ordered polenta chips, not quite realising what polenta chips are, and
We thought they were chips covered in cheese.
oh well, there you go. Chips covered in cheese. Would say chips covered in cheese. Polenta chips are a different kettle of fish. Okay, so burger mix done. I'm just going to leave that there for a minute, and I'm going to wash my hands over here in some water.
Kimbo808 says she thinks you're great. You're always so positive and upbeat.
Oh, I do try. It's hard work at times. Don't get me wrong. I have my off days, but on the whole, yeah.
That's Kimberly.
Thank you, Kimberly. I really appreciate that. Right, so let's get some veggies on. Can you take a step back, please, dear? You're a bit close.
Nobody wants to be called in.
Oh, well.
I want to try that feature out.
Oh, okay. Let me just have a swig of water. Right, so burger mix is resting for a minute. And I'm just going to cook some veggies. So, what shall I cook them in? Let me think. So I'm going to use that for the burgers.
My dad says he got confused and thought he were parmesan, not polenta chips.
Well, do you know what? Your father needs to wear his glasses.
La carte.
Oh dear. How rude. Okay, so let's go pan there and another pan over here. I think I'm going to need to move my iPad. To be honest, I don't really need it. I know what I'm doing. It's only a burger recipe, but you know. Thank you, dear. Okay, so that pan is going to be for my veggies. And that pan is going to be for my burgers. So I'm just going to get them both warming up. I'm hoping I'm not going to smoke out in the kitchen. So if anybody asking any questions yet, Christopher.
Nobody's asking you questions and nobody wants to go into a live call with
you
you.
know what? I'm happy that everyone's content and everyone is happy with what they're doing. So I'm not going to argue really. So
why don't you tell him what you're going to be making tomorrow morning?
Oh, I'm making a porridge tomorrow morning. And the thing is we can't decide what flavour to make. And we've got two flavours that we're picking from. And one is apple and ginger, I think. And the other one was pear and fig. Pear and fig?
No, it was pear and ginger and apple and fig.
Do you know what? It's got figs, it's got pear, it's got ginger. Just can't decide which one to make. So I'm going to do a poll on Instagram later, and you can vote for which one you think would taste the nicest. And there's Maisie, that's Maisie Cam. Maisie is our youngest dog, and she is 9. Right, that's oil going in for the veggies. Now remember, if you're on a 9-day plan, you are weighing and measuring everything. And if you're cooking this for you and your other half, and you've got different plan amounts, you are using 2 different pans. There is no way that you can get around it. But nowadays, we tend to have the same amount of food. Just the mister decides to increase his with snacks. So all is good. What are we doing now? I need that. Turn that down. Okay, so onions are in. I've just thrown some peppers in, and then some mushrooms, and I can shape my burgers. So for those of you who don't know, I started doing this last year when I did the 90-day plan. I did it twice. I went down from, I think it was a size 20 down to a size 12, lost a bunch of weight, a bunch of inches, and started creating and sharing my plan-friendly and lean recipes. So this is one of my plan-friendly recipes, and there are lots to choose from. There's some on my website, mydietverbal.com. There's also lots, over 200 in my recipe app, The Lean Cook. It's a free download on Instagram. It's a free download on Apple and Google. And if you click the link in my bio on Instagram, there is a link to download. Right, so I've finished chopping these veggies up. getting those in. Now I've turned down the heat in my pan because I don't want to put the extractor fan on because then you won't hear me, and that's maybe not a bad thing.
I don't know, but someone called James 310 says he loves your meals and wants to shout out.
Well, that's brilliant. Sorry, was that James?
Yeah.
James, I'm glad you love my meals.
And you've got someone saying hello from New York.
Hey, wow, I love New York. We got to go there, when was it, 2014. We went there when I was expecting our twins. It was a lovely little trip. It was a 3-city trip. We did New York, Washington and... God, brain not working. Where did we go? New York, Washington, and help me out because my brain isn't working.
Las Vegas.
Thank you, Vegas. Yeah, it's really bad that I forgot about Vegas because in Vegas we renewed our wedding vows. Awkward. But that was our 10th wedding anniversary, and we decided to renew our wedding vows, and it was really lovely. I was 6 months pregnant, and wow, Vegas sober. Wow, that's an experience. All I can say is, love to go back one year. Right.
Jamie 3 says, can you make a person-sized person out of green beans? I don't know what that means.
Ah, neither do I. Maybe he'll come back and tell us what he means, and then we can answer. Right, so that's that. Gonna chuck in some mushrooms. Maisie, could you, excuse me please, my love. So as soon as we get these veggies on, then I can start mucking around with burgers. I need to go over there, so I'm about to reach across you. Do you know what? Keith Floyd never had this problem with his cameraman producer. He got a glass of wine. I've got water. That's rubbish.
It says green bean person, size person, green bean person. Does he mean portion?
Maybe portion.
I don't know what he means.
Why don't you, can you dial him in?
No.
Okay, well. Fair enough. Right, so veggies are almost done. Now the thing is with the recipes that I share is I try and make them quick to cook. So this would be even quicker if I prepped my veggies earlier. I think I wanted to get prepped with my chips, so they're almost done, and it's not going to take this little lot to cook, and also for my burger. So this is the last mushroom going in. Which is, see look, chips are supposedly done, so come on over. So chips are cooked, but they're not quite brown yet. So these are, hey, no stealing of chips. Right, I'm going to put these in for another 10 minutes. Come on, machine. 10 minutes, and we'll see how we get on. So hopefully by then we're all done. Right, where are you? No, other side, please. Right, so the trick with mushrooms and chucking them into a pan with oil is they are going to suck up some of the oil, and the temptation, if I can speak, see if they work, is to chuck in more oil, but of course you're adding more calories to that, so we're not going to do that. Instead, you add a tiny bit of salt to them. And then what that does is that draws out the mushroom's natural juices and helps them to cook. So I've only added about a tablespoon of oil in here for the two of us. So we're all good. So I'm just going to leave these to cook. And I'm going to concentrate on the burger. So this pan is lovely and warm now. My burger mix has been resting for about 5 minutes. These are all the seasonings I've put in. The full recipe is in the app, so look it up. So now
what does burble mean?
Burble is
a stream of.
It's just a stream of. It's a. I can't remember what the actual meaning was. It was a burble is like a rambling stream of stuff really. And it was really my rambling vlog of my journey on the 90-day plan. So that's where my diet burble came up, because it was my diet ramblings, I guess, and that doesn't really make sense as much as my diet burble, but it seemed to make sense at the time, you know.
Someone's not sure how she feels about dogs in the kitchen whilst cooking.
Well, I think if you're going to have dogs in your house, they've got to be somewhere, and they spend a lot of time in the kitchen. They can't get to the food. My work surfaces are clean and sterilised before I start cooking, so I'm not too concerned. And I'm not petting my dogs whilst I'm cooking, so I don't have a problem with it. It's down to the individual at the end of the day. Right, so shaping burgers. You can either do it by hand, or you can use one of these little gizmos. And this is a little something from Iceland, Lakeland. God, I'm so tired. And you shape your burgers. I think this is about £8. A little bit too close, darling. And it comes with these wax discs. I will shape one with these, and you can see how it comes out. The thing with burgers is, if you make your burger patty too thick, it's going to take ages to cook, and you'll probably find that the outside is cooked, but the inner isn't. Will you stop picking at the food and eating it? I know you're hungry. Oh, right. I'm going to go for 4 burgers, so 2 each. So this is how you use this thing. If I can get into the little discs. So whilst I'm doing this, has anybody got any questions? Do they want to know anything? Do you want to tell me what you're having for dinner? What you're doing this weekend? Right, so there goes one bit of my burger mix. I'm just going to help sort of move it across and out. It's a bit of a pain, but it's fine. I do want my burgers a little bit thin because I don't want to be spending hours cooking them. What I sometimes do with burgers is I'll start them off in the pan and then I'll finish them off in the oven, but I kind of just want to get it all done on the hob tonight. So
Tyson says, apologies to anyone on the plan, but he's cooking up a lean but not so lean chocolate chilli.
Well,
where did you get that idea from?
Lucky Tyson. Where's mine? Right, so all I'm doing is I'm just putting pressure.
He's never cooked for us.
No, he's helped me prepare mussels once. So, there we go. There's one burger. I'll chuck that in there, and I might as well just use this now. I've made it mucky. I'll just put another one in, helps it along a bit. So this recipe is a training day meal on the plan, so it doesn't have any cheese in it. So I know, but that's how it works. And if you're on a nice day plan, obviously you'll know why. But because it's a training day meal...
Tyson would like to remind you he's also prepped chicken wings.
Has he? Oh yeah. Oh yes, we did chicken wings the first time Tyson came up. And then we did Brussels. And next week I'm not cooking.
And he says he's drunk lots of gin.
Yeah, well, there's still more
and fell asleep in mid-conversation on the sofa.
Well, that's just rude, isn't it? Right, so... There's a drop zone down here. Right, that's another burger done. It really is simple to shape the burgers. They're all a uniform size and shape and thickness as well. I mean, shaping a burger is as easy as that. I mean, you can make them lovely and neat if you just want to spend some time shaping it.
I hope the footage is nice and stable with the gimbal.
Oh, have you got a gimbal, dear?
Yeah.
Oh, how nice.
Is the gimbal working, Tyson? Smooth movement.
Lovely. So anyway, so that I've shaped that. It's about the same thickness as the others. I'm just popping that in the pan. I haven't put any oil in there because if you're on the nice day plan, I've added oil there and I've also added oil in my chips, and that is all the oil I am using for this recipe. So going back to this recipe, so this is one of the recipes I came up with on the nice day plan, and I've done quite a few burgers so far, and if I'm completely honest, I have never eaten so many chips since starting the nice day plan. I'm no longer on the nice day plan. I graduated twice. The first time I graduated was about just over a year ago, and then I decided to do it all over again with a new plan, just to sort of continue my progress. And I graduated, it was in May of this year, and since then I've been doing my own thing, exercising, trying different sort of styles of food, playing around with the amount of carbs that I eat, just to kind of figure out, you know, what works for me. So I'm just flipping these burgers for the first time. If I can actually get to that one. They're not as brown as these ones, but they'll catch up, so I'm not worried. So yeah, as I said, I'm not following a plan as such. I'm still cooking my recipes and I'm cooking new lean recipes. But there's so much that I've learned from the Nice Day plan, and I try and put that into my cooking, and that'll teach you some mucking around.
Sorry.
That wasn't so smooth, was it though? And I try and put that into everything I do, really. You know, trying to stay active with young children, keeping up the exercise, maintaining the sort of eating principles, and living a regular life as well. Because there's no point living off protein pancakes if that's not what you want to eat once you've done the Nice Day plan. I mean, I'm not really into breakfast cereals, and I'll just basically continue with eating eggs and things for breakfast, scrambled and goodness knows what else. I haven't made it my mission to try eggs every which way, but eggs for breakfast is fine by me.
Also, Parsons mentioning smoothies.
Yeah, you see, I'm torn about smoothies because I do love a smoothie. But the problem is after I have a smoothie, after about an hour and a half, it's like having a Chinese. It's a bit close to it. I feel absolutely starving. So whilst I really enjoy the flavour of a smoothie, it doesn't keep me satisfied.
Hey.
So chips are ready in 5 minutes. Burgers.
You're also being asked about carb killers.
Am I? Oh, okay, carb killers. No, you see, I know that they're really popular because for some people they are a sweet treat, and I did try carb killers. We picked a favourite flavour each, didn't we? And we bought a box to get through. But after a while, I just found them really, really just too artificially sweet, and I just didn't enjoy them, so I stopped eating them. So if I'm not a big snacker now. So if I do want a little treat, I do want something sweet, then I'll have maybe a bit of dark chocolate or a bit of good quality chocolate. So carb killers, some people love them, some people think they're a godsend, but personally I don't like them because they've got too many artificial sweeteners, preservatives and goodness knows what else in it. And to be honest, it doesn't really suit my style of eating really, because we decided to go back to sort of cooking everything from scratch because my husband was diagnosed with a reactive arthritis a few years ago, and after receiving a leaflet from, I think it was Arthritis Research UK, it made suggestions of dietary changes that could improve your symptoms. So we tried that first before we went ahead and got some medications, and that seemed to work for us. So if it has too many things with artificial sweeteners or preservatives, it tends to start to have problems. So we kind of avoid them. Now we've had a...
Do you make a curry?
Yes, I do. And who's that from? That's from Jamie310. Is it Jamie310? I haven't got glasses on, I can't see. Yes, I do make a curry.
Tikka masala is on the website.
Yeah, on the website there is a recipe called Chicken Chili Tikka Masala, and it can be a bit on the spicy side, but it is really lovely. It's a really quick recipe to make. We have made a video that goes with the recipe. You can see how easy it is to make, and you can access that on my Facebook page.
On YouTube.
And it's also on my YouTube channel as well, so you can look those up. Like these are almost ready.
I think Tyson's asking if you like Hotel Chocolat.
Yes, Tyson, I love Hotel Chocolat. There's lots of things that I like. I make no secret of it. I've done Insta stories from inside my local Hotel Chocolat. Alright, so these burgers are done. I'm just going to give it a flip one more time. Now the way that I know that they're done is because they feel firm to the touch. And because I've defrosted this mince, I don't really want a rare burger, so I'm happy with that. My vegetables over here are ready, and my chips are almost done. So I'm just going to get a plate out and start plating up. No, leave it alone. Don't interfere. Look, a minute. I'm going to add 1 more minute. There you go. Right, so I am serving this burger with... Huh? So, well, do you want to come over here then?
Okay.
You're rubbish. My cameraman needs a bit of work. So, I am going to be serving this with salad. So, nothing, just salad out of a bag. I'll tell you, I've got rocket and watercress. I've got another bag over there to open up. Oh, constantly nibbling. So, as I said, on the 90-day plan, if you are having a training day meal, you don't add any cheese. It doesn't work. It's not how the plan works. But if you're following it, you'll understand why. And I'm not going to explain how it works because you just have to go with it. So let's just add a bit more rocket over here. I do like a bit of salad. A bit. Stop nibbling. So veggies are going on next. Now in the original recipe I served this with Walden's Farm Zero, I think it's barbecue sauce, but I don't have any. So I'm going to serve this with a bit of sriracha. So big up sriracha from Flying Goose. Love their sauce. I add it in quite a lot of things because I love spicy food. So burgers are going on the salad. There and there. There.
You just hit the camera.
Oh well, oops. There and there.
So I said, trust the plan. It does work, but don't do it 4 times.
No. Right, chips are ready. So I'll serve those in a sec. Right, I've got a
The Body Coach food just joined.
I've got a massive jar of jalapenos. I'm going to add these on top. We do like jalapenos in our house. If you've never seen a jar of jalapenos this big, I'm not surprised. This comes from Costco. Everything they have at Costco is bigger than better you get at the supermarket. So I'm just going to bung a few of these on because this is from the original recipe.
So I'm saying it looks beaut.
Thank you. This is my dinner. I'm so hungry. Another thing I am going to serve this with is this mustard. This is a really gorgeous mustard.
Stop hitting the camera.
Excuse me, I've not touched it. I'm just here. This is a really lovely jello mustard. We first bought this in Aldi or Lidl, I think it was, on one of their special weekends. Not fan of this since. Bought this from Amazon in the end. And that's gorgeous. Right, so now I'm going to show you my lean chips. Here we go.
Right, let's come over.
So I've cut these myself. So I don't know if you can see, they're lovely and crispy. The skins are still on, and they are a little bit kind of crunchy and gnarly on the edges, just to use a phrase coined by Jamie Oliver. And not touched you again.
You did touch it.
I didn't touch it. And all I've done is I've added a little bit of oil to the pan. You can add flavourings. You can add things like garlic and chilli flakes. You can add fresh herbs, and that's really, really lovely. But this is a great way of making chips that are low in calories. Okay, you've still got the calories from the potatoes, but you're not frying them in oodles and oodles of oil. So you should really have a go. But you can still do these in the oven. But of course, you're not going to get the little gnarly edges. So that is my dirty burger. It's my dirty but lean burger with lean chunky fries. And you can find the recipe on the Lean Cook app and also the website mydietbible.com. And thank you so much for joining me.